Hey everyone, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a basic animated title in Adobe After Effects. In this tutorial we're going to use keyframes for the first time. Keyframes are super important in Adobe After Effects, so we'll continue to build off this knowledge in later tutorials. So you can see here, I've got my sample title ready on the screen. For this animation I have it centered in the middle of the composition. I want to animate it so that at the beginning of the animation the title's not on the screen, it moves across, stays in the middle for a second, and then moves out. First thing I'm going to do is to add a keyframe. Since I'm changing the position, I'm going to bring up the position tab. I'm going to hit P on my keyboard, brought up the position tab, and then you're going to want to click the stopwatch. The stopwatch is going to activate the keyframe. Before I do that, I'm going to move the time indicator over to 2 seconds, because at 2 seconds, I want the title to be in the middle. So I'm going to insert a keyframe. You can see there's a little blue dot here now. So then, at the beginning of the animation, I want the title to be completely off the screen. So I'm going to move the time indicator over to 0 seconds, and then I'm going to drag the title off the screen. You can see I have this dotted line anchoring to where I was. That's going to show the trajectory of your text or your object, whatever you're moving. You can also hit Shift and it will keep you in a straight line. So I'm going to hit Shift and bring it off the composition like this. So now you can see it added a new keyframe, and if I play the animation, it's going to move on, stop there. So then at 4 seconds, maybe, is when I want it to be off the screen. So again, my time indicator is at 4 seconds. I'm going to drag it over, press Shift to even it out, make sure it's off the screen. Now if I bring it back to the beginning, press play. Now you'll notice it didn't stop in the middle. For people to read it, we probably want it to stop in the middle for a second. So let's go back. Maybe I'll move the end keyframe out to 6 seconds. So all I have to do is grab this keyframe, move it out to 6 seconds, and now it'll be off the screen at 6 seconds. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this keyframe, I'm going to hit Control-C on my keyboard, drag this out to 4 seconds, and then I'm going to hit Control-V, and it's going to paste the keyframe in there. Now let's see what happens when we hit play. Now you can see that when we copied this keyframe and pasted it here, it took the attributes from the first keyframe and made the second keyframe the same. So then the title stayed in the middle long enough for people to read it. Another great tool when you're working with keyframes in a situation like this is if you highlight all your keyframes, you right click them, and then you go to Keyframe Assistant, you can click Easy Ease. This will make it all look smoother. Travel across smoother, it'll kind of slow down before it stops, and then it'll speed back up. Now you can use keyframes to animate titles in so many ways. You could make it rotate in, you could change the opacity. There's many different ways that you can make a simple animated title in Adobe After Effects. So load up your project, play around with some of the settings, the scale, the opacity, the position, rotation, and just see what works best for your project. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks for watching.